Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel and the Nerdsense Guys channel. Click the notification bell. You'll get all the updates from both channels. Joined by
Sean,
And Mike,
I just realized you do an sorry, I cut you off on your own channel. I was gonna say, I realized you do all of your plugging stuff in the beginning. We do ours at the end. Interesting.
I mean, I know people fast forward and like I mean, based on what people, how many minutes of reviews, they probably just focus on the actual middle part. But I figured try to say in the beginning.
Okay, we might steal that, but go on. Sorry.
Anyway, all right. So we have another hot butcher for the beer. Hot Butcher for the World beer. This is the second review we're doing. The first one will be on the Nerdsense Guys channel. This one's obviously on my channel. It's courtesy of Jeremiah. So thank you so much, Jeremiah. I really appreciate it. This is another milkshake IPA. I think this is the third one, right? We did Swans of Lear, which was the mint vanilla. We did Blazed Orange, which was phenomenal.
Yep.
Um, and then, right, this is the third one.
You know what's funny is I didn't even realize that we managed to do all the three milkshakes as collab videos.
We did, didn't we?
I mean, yeah, we totally planned that. We're professional.
Yeah. Sure. Anyway, so this is Circumpolar Cherry Cyclone, Citron Simcoe Hopped Milkshake Double IPA, brewed with cherry and vanilla, 7.5% ABV, tart cherry, creamy vanilla, sweet citrus. Based on what's in the beer, those sound like appropriate tasting notes.
Circumpolar Cherry Cyclone.
Mm-hmm. Wait, did I mispronounce it?
I don't know. I was just reading it myself, to be honest. I kind of just read it out loud.
It is always amazing can art.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that. Yeah. Oh God, I hope Mike's looks like. I hope Mike's looks like ours with this one.
Jeez, Mike, how's my glass still dirty? We're using the same glass as last time.
Okay, Mike's looks good.
I'm gonna but I think the way the lighting is, Sean. Mike probably has one closest to what mine looks like in person.
Yeah, Mike's I think wins.
The case with these. If you don't know what Sean was just referring to, when we did the Swans of Lear, Mike's can have been oxidized, so it looked different. So at least based on appearance, that shouldn't be an issue with this one. I mean, based on the color, guys, I don't think it's shocking that it has fruit added and that fruit was cherry.
Nope.
You know, I think that kind of looks like what a cherry. It makes me think of like those New Glarus fruit beers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
yeah,
looks like it.
Visually, it's the same. Yeah.
Right. Not even quite a finger of off-white head. Well, yeah. Oh crap! Hot Butcher beer, and I didn't do a mic pour. Jeremiah's gonna be so mad at me.
I have zero.
Mic pour is the only pour.
I have pretty much zero heads, so I'm gonna get it the worst.
There you go. you'll get his wrath more than I will. Funny.
I've been advocating for this for years. You guys just won't listen.
You have been very consistent with your aggressive pours and your aggressive behavior towards us.
Fair enough.
Let's get to the aroma, gentlemen.
It does smell like children's candy.
Yeah, I'm going to say for me it leads the vanilla, but you do get that cherry. I mean, definitely get what you're saying with the children's candy.
A lot of vanilla. I kind of wish I had my soundboard right now so that I could play a police siren and go, "Vanilla police."
Yes, for people who don't know, I'm the vanilla police, and there's never enough vanilla for me. I tell you what, though, in this aroma, there is enough vanilla.
There's a lot. It almost has like that chalky, a chalky
like children's candy.
Yeah.
No, I do think. Okay, so here's the short version. And I think we all thought the same with the other two milkshake IPAs. They're exactly what they say they are, and that's good or bad depending on your perspective. You know, like you as the consumer.
Give me a second.
Yeah, you're fine, but if you want mint, if you want that Shamrock Shake thing around St. Patrick's Day, but in beer form, like that's something you want. That's what you got. Yep. And I think already in this aroma, I think we're going to go 3 for 3 for that thing, where we're going to get the cherry and the vanilla, and then
Yeah, I feel like the vanilla is very forward. The cherry comes through almost like it's almost like 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 ice creamy, like cherry. Like not that
Oh,
it tastes like not that it tastes like fake. It's just more of like it's more like confectionery type of a
More like a
cherry.
Marciano cherry, like that's been soaking in like the sugar juice and what all that stuff is.
Yeah, it's something more confectionery, without it seeming like it's like a fake
Yeah.
cherry. Like when you do like the Sam cherry wheat, or how grossly shitty that cherry flavor
Yeah.
was. It's not like that.
that was one of the first beers I ever got, craft beers I ever got into. That's a whole other story. And I like that Mike said this. It does kind of remind me, and like I think Sean said, the chalkiness of it, like the Flintstone vitamins, like
Yeah.
it's like that kind
100%.
of thing, but with a ton of vanilla.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Skins that taste, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm gonna say right off the bat, it flips for me from the aroma.
Yep.
I get way more cherry than I get vanilla in the actual taste, which is like shocking to me,
Yeah.
actually.
Vanilla, please.
So maybe it's not shocking.
Yeah, no, definitely the cherries way more upfront. I was afraid going into this because whenever I hear cherry in a beer, like Mike just said with cherry wheat, that's like a really cloyingly fake cherry. Sometimes you get really like cloyingly sweet fake cherry with other beers that have cherry in it. This this doesn't really have that. It's more of that like tart cherry because it's more of like it feels like there's real fresh cherries in here. So I think I wish one of us would have texted Jeremiah before the review and asked if there. I guess it's better going in blind. We can ask after, like if it like how the cherries were added, like how they were added, how they were processed. But you know what I mean?
The puree is a
Is it juice?
what?
Is it yeah?
And I remember he talked about when we did the live stream. You know, I don't think this beer in particular was one of the ones he was referring to, but trying to figure out like how much fruit to add because like a ton of mango, and 300 pounds of apples might give you the same amount of intensity because depending on the fruit itself. I mean, it does say tart cherry on the side. I read tart cherry based on the aroma. I was not expecting the tart cherry when I started drinking
Same.
it, but like it is definitely, as Sean said, it is tart cherry. I don't know. You have this perception. It's a milkshake IPA, and then you smell it, and it's this big, sweet, vanilla-y thing, and then you taste it, and it's like, oh, this is not the expectation I had. The taste is not, but I mean, that was, I guess, my own fault.
No, you go into it expecting just because of what you're reading and what you're smelling, just like the last beer where I said about like the cotton candy, and I was expecting like a pillowy mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
What are your thoughts?
I was sorry. Yeah, Mike, go ahead. You've been very silent. I'm curious.
You actually interrupted Kyle, not me.
Oh, I thought Kyle was going to point to you. Oh, this is okay.
I was pointing to Mike, and yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm getting you guys cutting in and out, so I'm not getting everything all the time. Sorry. Yeah, it's okay. The vanilla calms down much more on the palate than did the nose, as Kyle said. It's a little more bitter than I expected it to be. I'm not really getting sweet citrus as it's saying in here. I'm getting almost like fresh cherries and some muted vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really pick out the Citra, although I can definitely taste the Simcoe. I'm getting that sort of astringent bitterness that you can get out of Simcoe, what Sean likes to refer to as cat pee.
Not getting cat pee though.
I am getting some of that. I am. And I don't mean that in like a negative way. It's just I am getting Simcoe in a much stronger fashion than I am Citra. But like Simcoe, and with vanilla and that cherry, I can imagine how the Citra might get a little dominated. The Citra is more like that softer citrus, peach kind of a deal, and Simcoe being a little more aggressive, cherry being that tartness and vanilla being very strong, those things would overtake Citra, at least in the forward presentation. Not that Citra's not working, in the background to lift things, but I don't know how much this works for me, but it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I have a few thoughts. I'm glad I said early on, this might be a beer where you get exactly what it says, and it depends on your personal preference. I like tart cherries, so like that part of it I do enjoy. I'm not a huge milkshake IPA fan in general. As you guys know, like there's that one from that Beer Tree Company where they don't even use lactose that I quite like. There are some with lactose I do like. The Blazed Orange I thought was phenomenal from these guys. So
same.
People watching this like just know I'm not a huge fan of the style. Of the three milkshakes we've done, this is actually my third favorite of the three. I like Blazed Orange way above and beyond. I like that mint one. I know that could be more divisive probably than this one to most people. I don't think it's a bad beer. I'm a little giddy because it's the first time I've had one of these beers where I'm like, not just like this is amazing. So like it's finally happened where I can kind of show people like just because they're sending it to me, I'm not just like, oh, this is so amazing. It doesn't land as much as anything else I've had from them.
I definitely agree with your order there. Blazed Orange way up top, Swans of Lear, and then this. The mouthfeel does have that lactosey mouthfeel, but not that I like comparing other reviews, but the beer we just did for a pale ale, that had a more pillowy, a more nicer feeling mouthfeel. Where I know this is a milkshake, so it's a little bit different, but I think I was expecting a little bit more oomph at that point.
Well, I feel like this is like a slicker, more oily kind of mouthfeel. You know what I mean? It got more body for sure. I would put this pretty far ahead of the mint one.
Well, yeah,
but like,
well, for you definitely,
for me,
your mint one was messed up.
Yeah, but I also don't have a whole lot of interest in mint in beer. That's just putting my cards on the table, Weirdly enough, this one, like most beers, like if you want to really taste them, you sip them. If you take big sips of this, it almost comes off like cherry ice cream. It's actually a lot more pleasant. Like big,
almost
giant sips.
Yeah.
Like it almost comes out creamier and much more like cherry ice cream. It's very strange, but it's more pleasurable for me in drinking it that way.
That's actually, I get that, but I was gonna say something that's sort of the same way you were gonna say that, but a little bit negative. I do like the taste, but I feel like it muddles. The cherry muddles everything else. Like the hops kind of, like you said, like the Simcoe's there, the Citra's kind of getting dominated. It sort of muddles it, and it doesn't feel like I'm drinking a beer.
Have you tried taking like a big swig and see if you notice the difference?
I thought that was a big swig. Jeez.
Oh no, I don't see both you and Sean. I only see one at a time.
Oh,
yeah. This is all I have left. So yeah, I've been taking some big swigs.
Okay. Yep.
I do, and maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me because I've had these things paired together. I almost get a little bit of cinnamon in there, but it might just be because like sometimes with like cherry pies or whatever, you might put like some, bakers might put some cinnamon, which is interesting, just to give it its due. I do get that note. I don't know. Like I said at the beginning, I think for the right, I mean, they brew this before. I mean, clearly people like this because they buy it and then they make more of it. It's not the first time I actually fairly recently accidentally watched Matt from Acid Beer Reviews review of this before we got this box with this in it. I thought it was a new review of his. It was an old one that just popped up, and I'm like, oh, cool. He's got a new review of a Hot Butcher beer because he'll get different beers from them than we do sometimes. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, I didn't get this one. And I totally forgot what point I was trying to make.
You know about cinnamon?
Oh, I just remember him talking about. Thank you. I just remember him talking about like his preference for. This was a punch I made. His preference for. He likes artificial. If I remember correctly, artificial cherry flavor better than regular, like real cherries. You know, like how like artificial banana tastes nothing like real bananas.
Yep.
So I wanted to take that to
Mhm.
continue making my point of. I can see how people would like this beer. This is to me, I think, a palate thing, not a poorly made thing. So I will say that
Yep.
as I'm closing this out.
No, I think I would agree. Yeah, because I would see like for palate thing. Yeah, this could definitely be a not a gateway, but like this would be someone that maybe doesn't like IPAs, maybe doesn't even like beer as much. Like this is a good way to get him in there with like the fruited sours as well, but also say, hey, this is an IPA that has some like very fruited, sweet characteristics for definitely for people that maybe also have like a sweet tooth and like more sour things. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of hits both those things. Mike, what are you laughing? Mike, we need to get going because I got to get going, but you're laughing, which makes me want to ask you why you're laughing.
I was thinking about Sean saying this is a way to get people in and get them drunk. That's how I thought he was gonna go. come to the brewery with me. I know you don't drink beer. Let's get fucked up, girl.
Here, have a bunch of 7.5% cherry IPAs.
We'll get you where you need to go. That's for sure. All right. Well,
Yeah. No, I do think that this could be sort of a gateway beer for people that aren't into like overhopped and stuff like that. But is it it's not my favorite. It's fine. It's what it says it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's my final thoughts. Sorry.
Yeah, that's very fair. All right, yeah, and actually, basically, kind of want to look up what other milkshake IPAs they even make because these are only three I'm even aware of. So I don't know if they do any more than these three, but anyway, check out the Nerdsense guys. Check out the Nerdsense guys. Even though we got them up to 500 subscribers, now we need to get them up to 600 subscribers. So go make sure you subscribe to their channel. Go to nerdsense.net.
Yes,
Right.
correct.
Right. Don't Mike stop that. Sean, mute Mike right now. Mute him. Just pretend to mute him. Somehow just appease me. Thank you. Perfect. So you cannot hear Mike's cackling any further. No, go to if you haven't already, and also just go make sure you subscribe to the Nerdsense guys. Do you want to plug anything else before I sign off?
Corner Pub. By the time this comes out,
yes.
I imagine Corner Pub will also be released.
Yeah. Yeah, which I'm on. So if you're a fan of mine, make sure you check out Nerdsense because I'm on another video. We just did another Hot Butcher beer. They'll be on their channel and this Corner Pub that Sean's speaking to. So yes, make sure you sign up to their subscribe to their channel. I don't typically drink two beers back to back. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which hopefully you did since you watched this. Check them out on Instagram and Untappd. Don't have beer reviews about those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, don't worry, my wife's the one driving to the event we're about to go to. Cheers.
You forgot imbibe.
Sometimes I change up the imbibe.
Okay, fair enough.
Imbibe.
Yeah. Imbibe.
Yeah, it's not the same. Let's say imbibe. It's not the same.
Imbibe.